Hey everybody, it's Candy for you, and I was planning on making a video about the Orochi and Peacekeeper Reworks as like a late thing, because I never really got to talk about it, especially I barely got to make any videos on it, and I'm basically a For Honor YouTuber, so I'll have to just make stuff based off of the characters. But some recent news has been popping up about Sony's dumb mistake with their holding Fortnite accounts hostage, and as a PlayStation player, I would like to put my input on it because I saw this news came about like I think 4 to 5 days ago, or that's when I saw it at least, and of course like instant reaction would be, yeah, that's horrible. This is a an extremely irresponsible and greedy act done by a company that I love Sony. I think they do very well in adding quality content towards their products. I bought the PS4 for a reason. I love the games on it. I love playing it with my friends. I've had a lot of fun on it. And I can't seem to wrap my head around where they're trying to go around this, but at the same time, it's pretty obvious. It's obviously the money. And it's not only me thinking that, but I do believe the former Sony CEO, I think, managed to respond to what's been going on, like all the news, and even he says that the reason for it was money making. And if it wasn't obvious enough, you have to look at it. This is very true. You have, okay, well, Fortnite was the game with the account problem, and the way that works is since Fortnite is like a cross-platform thing, you have like different. The game is on like different consoles, and since it just came to the Nintendo Switch, now here's more competition that Sony has. So what they've been doing is they've been holding accounts hostage, like I said earlier, stopping you from playing this game on Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch. I'm sure the PC as well. I've heard only accounts on like Nintendo, but if it's stuff like this, then I'm sure it has to be on every console if this was to be the case. Uh, so this is clearly their attempt at trying to make people stick to either their console, and this is a business practice on their part. So I am not fully surprised that this is going to be the case. It is very greedy. I do not appreciate this, especially like I said before, a company that I love, and their quality content just doesn't like all of a sudden have to like be discredited to some company that now is just as bad as EA at this point. Uh, this definitely tarnishes my opinion about them, and it's not like I thought that they were the best company of all time. I don't think any company is like that. The only company that I've come close to really seeing like that is uh, I do believe it is Epic Games, because I did appreciate how they were listening to their community a lot. They were constantly pumping out updates on Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite anymore. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. I'm not that interested. Uh, and the content's kind of getting old for me. Uh, just like a bit of like gamer fatigue, I guess. But the point is that Sony's a very good. Sony, I still think, is a very good company when it comes to handling content and giving the right amount of content for its players. The PS4, I think, is a great console. I think the games that come out of the PS4, and I mean, I know some others will agree, they're probably the top quality, especially like other games like well, obviously I'm gonna name a few here like The Last of Us. So I'm very disappointed that such a company would make a mistake like this, and especially for the idea of money. And I feel bad for those who are currently just trying to play on other consoles like Fortnite, and are not allowed to because of this action that Sony decided to make. So, truly, I do believe that if we pressure hard enough, this will definitely. I doubt it will roll over, but the best thing that all of us can do, like we did with EA's loot box problem, pressure them as much as possible to change this, because eventually, some companies do listen, and if Sony's the one, and they even said, if there are any concerns, they're allowed to, we're allowed to tell them, and then they'll apparently listen to us. So I'm believing that. I don't know about you guys, but I believe that. I believe that companies eventually listen, but that's based off of our input. We all need to make sure that we talk about this, and we all need to make sure that we have to speak as loud as possible in order to have these changes. Because this is inexcusable, this is irresponsible on their part, and this is just plain greedy. So, please, if any of you are interested in following up with this topic and really want to see change, which I know is a lot of people right now, or at least a lot of PlayStation, Nintendo players, then please look for. I'm not so sure if there are petitions, but I know there are many different things that you can put your voice on. For God's sake, Reddit, probably one of the strongest places on the internet that you can probably put your voice out to, and it'd be very important to Nintendo, PlayStation players, for people to say what they think about this, and especially pressure the company. And if it goes so far, maybe their ability to start cross-platform gaming, this might be able to also make them consider that at least. We do know that their technology is there, so again, it's an inexcusable act, again, for the money. And we just need to make sure that we talk about this as much as possible, so we can solve this problem without too much hassle and without too much fighting. Anyway, that's it for me. This is going to be footage. This For Honor footage is going to be in a different video. I don't want to have to recycle footage for another thing, but this Sony problem kind of just came about, and I want to talk about it because as a PlayStation player, I did not want to. I just wanted to make sure that all of it is everyone's notified on it and people can act upon the best way possible. So that's it for me, I guess. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Here's the rest of the gameplay.